Welcome to Creative Control, the podcast where we jump into music, God, and the intersection of creativity and faith. My guest today is the illustrious, world-renowned, worthy of acclaim, Sarah Juers. Please welcome her to the show.
Wait, that intro wasn't good.
I think it was good. I think you just imagined that there was going to be like an audience and applause and stuff.
Hey guys, we have to do like this.
You said you wanted your Ellen moment, but there's no audience.
Like, I feel like what I needed was the energy that Ellen brings. And like, because like, you know, we don't have that. It just wasn't the same. But
right. I'm saying like if Ellen did the exact same thing, right?
It would have been.
But in an empty room. It would probably be just like that, you know.
What just
I
happened?
think you did. I think you did well.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Hi. Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Welcome to the show. We have been together all day. We had our rehearsal for the show on Saturday.
And which I'm so excited for. I
am too. It's on its way to selling out. I mean, there's literally like a few tickets.
Oh my gosh.
So it's gonna be a packed house. Yeah. So it's gonna be really cool.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. And so today was your first rehearsal. Like you just came in kind of like a hired gun, ready to go. There was one moment where they were like, we're just going to start this. Are you ready to sing?
And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
And
I've been waiting for this moment.
You killed it.
Thank you.
Except when you started singing Close.
When we were really doing
Loved. A new song. Yeah. But it was a small hiccup and you recovered well.
Yeah, like I was like I was really about to like go in there with a whole new melody and everything.
Yeah.
Like I thought you were just switching it up on me and I was like, sure, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine.
But I mean, in all honesty, like your voice is amazing. Like you're an incredible musician and very grateful to have you on the show.
Aww.
And also I'm excited about a lot of people being introduced to your music, like in your set. And yeah, it's just going to be a great time on Saturday.
I'm so excited. It's so funny. I feel like even it's funny. A bunch of people are like, oh my gosh, you were No Big Deal. Like, that's so amazing. And I'm like, it's amazing. It's so fun. But it's like, I don't think people realize like how long we've known each other. And like even before that, like me and John, me and Ecleso, like we've all been friends for so long. And just because I'm not like in the same space, it feels like, you know, musically, I feel like people don't really know. So it's fun to finally be doing more stuff with you guys.
Yeah, you're friends with like a bunch of rappers, but you just don't rap. That's the thing.
No, like that's like literally how I got my start, is just being friends with all these rappers.
Yeah. But
yeah, now I'm like somehow an indie artist.
When did we actually meet?
We met at DeBaron's wedding in probably
That's crazy.
2017. I don't even know when that was.
So we met at DJ 412's wedding.
Yes.
That's crazy. And we shot we shot a music video for one of my songs at the wedding.
Okay.
It was his idea. I wasn't just like taking over.
It was the first time I met you, RG, and Michael. That was the first time. I had no idea who any of you were.
Shout out to Baron, DJ 412.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. But before that, I knew John, Ecleso. I mean, whoever else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanner.
How did you meet John and Ecleso and all them?
So I discovered John Keith.
Yeah.
Where's the camera? I discovered John Keith, everyone. I discovered John Keith.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to say that I didn't, but I did. No, but really what happened is that he messaged me on SoundCloud or like followed me or something. And I went and listened to him and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy is so good. Yeah. Like I genuinely liked him. Mm-hmm. And back in my day, like, you know, when I was like a teenager, all I did was listen to Christian rap. That's all I did. Okay. That was the only genre I listened to. Okay. Like I was 116er, like
for
life.
You were like number one Lecrae fan.
I was like Lecrae. Yeah. Like my password was 1Lecrae1. Like that was me.
That's
Yeah,
not
don't
a good
tell him
password.
that.
That's not a good password at all. One
Yeah.
Lecrae 1.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, but no, I was such a 116er,
Mm-hmm.
and so all I would do is like listen to Rapzilla on SoundCloud and just like looking for new artists and like listening to new people. And so anyway, so when he followed me on SoundCloud, I was like, this kid is so good, and then we just became friends.
Yeah.
On SoundCloud.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did y'all live in the same area?
No, I lived in Florida at the time.
Okay.
But I'm from Southern California. And so the next time that I went to San Diego just to visit, we hung out. And that's the first time I met Charlie Powers.
Shout out Charlie, man. Charlie, we got to work.
Charlie Powers, he is just like a genius.
He is.
A genius. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Yeah, so, yeah. Life is so crazy.
Yeah, and so you never lived in San Diego?
I did live I grew up in Orange County.
Okay.
Southern California. Moved to Florida when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to San Diego when I was like 21.
Okay.
Then moved to New York. So I've been all over.
Got you.
But I did live in San Diego.
Okay. So we met at the Baron's wedding.
In Georgia.
And that's where you met like a bunch of rappers. And then you met John through SoundCloud.
Yes.
What was the first time? Because we have some collabs, but I think people might not know about them. You know, they're not like, they're kind of like tucked.
Low key.
So like, I think we have two, or we have.
In 2018, you did a little intro for one of my songs on my album, Endure.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yes, I did that in my garage.
Jazz in a bud in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Rappers in my zone in the ghetto.
Yeah. That's about how much I know of it as well. Yeah.
And then I did one
that was actually pretty good.
for you. The Loved.
Yeah. But you did one on.
Before that, it was a little while ago.
On Solar.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Which I did.
I know my music.
No.
I know my music.
No, you know what I did?
I'm waiting on you to say the name of the song that we did.
It was the one.
Because I mean, I know it.
I know it too. Like,
Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And
how could I forget?
I think you did background vocals on another one on Solar too, but Shadow was the one.
Yes,
that, like,
and I also did a few background vocals. I just wanted to say on an Indie Tribe song that you guys were doing. We kind of like scream at the end. Not scream.
Scream at the end? Are you doing vocals?
Not scream. It's like, anyways, it's one. I'm the worst. I forget everything. John will tell you. I couldn't.
Is it outside? Do you
outside?
You say stuff on outside?
On the yeah. I have
you
a few tucked
you
in there.
Know what it is.
No, I do. I
okay,
do.
outside. All right.
I think it's outside.
All right. So, what was the song that I was on off of Endure? You don't remember the name?
Trapped in the
we are really good professional musicians. We know our entire catalog.
So I never said them.
We know our lyrics.
We totally do.
And
here's the thing: is like, you know what? It's like when you're just flowing. It's like, how am I supposed to remember what's just flowing?
You gotta make it deep for sure.
Yeah. So
no, keep going.
It's on there though. It's called Endure. It's on the album Endure with you.
The more that I seek you.
The more I seek you.
The more I seek you. Yeah. All right, we got it. All right, cool. All right. So coming into the rehearsal today, how did you feel? Like, because you didn't come to the first one, and
yes. To be completely honest, I was so nervous at first because I wanted to like be prepared and like ready, and there's like a bunch of people in a room. I don't want to like mess anything up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous, but I was super excited because like I love Unplugged stuff. It's so fun. So I knew it was going to be amazing. And then once I heard the band play, I was like, okay, this is like so dope.
Yeah.
So I was just enjoying it. Like I just was enjoying listening.
Yeah.
So I was excited just to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you in on this show, was just because I feel like the vibe of the Unplugged, like the real music and instrumentation and more focus on lyrics and melody, I feel like that fits your artistry so well, And I think a lot of times when people are trying to put shows together, they're just like, all right, I'm having a show. Who can I bring out that will add buzz to the show or who will sell more tickets? And that doesn't interest me as much. It's more like what who actually matches the message and the sound and the vibe. And so I thought, man, Sarah would be perfect for this. And I think a lot of you were kind of like touching on it earlier, but a lot of people were like, the duo we didn't know we needed or whatever. But I think it's kind of like a unique experience to have somebody in your genre like at a hip hop show. How would you define your genre, by the way?
Yeah. So first, I'm so excited. Like, it's so fun that I get to be a part of it and a part of the night. And what's funny is like exactly like, even though I always do find myself in these spaces, even though I am like very calm and like singer-songwriter type. I love being, like around hip hop and like obviously the whatever.
The way you said that was so funny.
What? Hip hop and
I love being around hip hop, and it was just, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it.
I love being around the hip hop and the rhythm and poetry, and it's just like a really great thing I love.
Right.
Wait, sorry. Okay, wait. So you said that. Oh, and then how would I describe my genre?
Yes.
Can I be honest?
Yes, please.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's the problem.
Like, that's the thing, is that I couldn't tell you what my genre is. Like, I'm singer-songwriter. I'm acoustic. I'd like to consider some of it like soul acoustic. But then like sometimes I'm like more like kind of in my rock era.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes I'm kind of in my like, I don't know what I am.
Yeah.
I'm just everything all in one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is
I'm
tough.
a they, them when it comes to music.
Okay, all right. And leaving it in. All right. So, yeah. I have trouble describing your genre as well, is what I was going to say. Yeah, I mean, because, I mean, you have stuff that's up-tempo. You have stuff that's, like, really soulful, really musical. You have stuff that's, like, kind of very down-tempo and very, like, brooding even, you know. And I personally love that. I think something that's interesting about you, which I would love for you to speak to, is as these people have already seen, you're a very like big personality. Like, you're very funny. You like to be very lighthearted. Like, you like to dance. You like to crack jokes and stuff. And then your music, there is like almost the exact opposite of what we experience in person. Like, it is like, it just, it's the opposite. It's very deep. Like, sometimes it's like almost haunting and heartbreaking, with this like lining of hope around it. So, can you speak to, where that comes from in the music, since you're kind of like completely different in person?
Yeah. Oh, that was actually really great. That was a great way to describe it. I appreciate that. You know what's funny is, you laugh so you don't cry, kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to get more
No,
emotional and deep.
We want this.
Okay, so I think that my whole life, I never understood like my emotions and what I was feeling. And then all of a sudden, when I was like 15, I started writing, and everything would come out of me like as I was writing. And I've always been a fun, like, exactly, I like to joke around kind of person, because it's like, why not? You know what I mean? And I think when life is so serious and life is full of a lot of pain, so it's like to bring in joy and like laugh, you know, like the Bible says, like, you know, like laughter is best medicine, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
You
Brings health to the bones.
Yeah. And, but yeah, so I think writing has been the one place that I've actually been able to process and like heal and figure out what's really going on inside of me, as far as like the painful parts of life or the confusing parts of life. And that includes everything, right? So like my faith in God, my relationship with Jesus, like the good and the bad, I can only process it in music. And like, it's the only way I've ever been able to. And so I think that is like it's my one avenue to really process and get it out. And then so in my life, I'm just like, you know, obviously I'm still sad sometimes, whatever. But when I'm like with people, because I get to release that in that way, I think I get to, like, I don't carry it with me when I'm interacting with people. I guess is maybe kind of how I can explain it, I guess. Yeah.
Do you think that that's one of the things that made you fall in love with writing and performing music?
For sure. Like I would like used to draw a lot. I never sang in front of people. I never wrote music. I never thought I was going to be a musician of any kind ever. And then all of a sudden, like when I was 15, I just started writing. Like I literally out of nowhere, just like in my room, I started writing. And then I was like, oh, like this is amazing for myself. And it just like kind of happened. And I just like loved it. I enjoyed it. And then, yeah.
What was the moment that kind of, you're making this music and it's kind of cathartic and it's helping you, it's deepening your relationship with God. What was the moment where it was like, also, maybe I should share this with other people?
Okay, so when I was 17, I was at my church that I like volunteered at, and they were like, Sarah, can you just like stand here at the mic just to like be a placeholder? Like, you know, because like the other person's not here right now. So just like be a placeholder so we know. Yeah. I was like, for sure. And so I'm like there, and then like they start singing, and I like kind of like started singing just like a little bit, and everyone just like stopped and looked at me and was like, oh, wow, Sarah, you can sing. And I was like, no, what? And they were like, yeah, you can. And then so like I slowly but surely, like I was like, yeah, like actually like I kind of like write stuff and I would like share it with them. Wow. And people were like, Sarah, you're really good. And I couldn't believe it. And then like 5 separate people told me I should enter a song in a talent like competition thing, like in the Tampa Bay area. And so I was like, you know what, why not? Right. So I did. And I got chosen to go and play like the top 10 people. Wow. It was my first time, like it was definitely my first time in pub. Like I had sang in church like a couple times, and those were my first time singing in front of anyone ever. So I went, I was so nervous. Like my throat was like, I couldn't sing. Yeah. Like, so I know I didn't do good. I was so nervous, but I went and I played. And then after that, I just like was like, you know what? Like everyone, just because what everyone was telling me, like, about my music and everything, I was like, maybe like I should just put it out. Yeah. Like, and then like I was like, maybe I should just put it out. And so I started making music on like, I got a MacBook and I started making music with like a little USB microphone and GarageBand, and I started putting it on SoundCloud. And I just was like, if it's good, like if it's actually good, one, and then if God wants it to like spread, then like it will. And like that was my idea. So like my senior year of high school, I started doing that. So that was 2014. And so 2014, I started to put stuff on SoundCloud. And I literally just like, and I would post on my Instagram, oh guys, I put out a song. And my strategy has really hasn't really changed since then. Yeah. I just kind of post on Instagram that my music is out. Recently, I'm like, you know, trying to do a little more, but I have found in my life so far, the less I try, like the less I like try and like try to like put together a formula and like the more things pop off sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of been my life. I'm just like kind of here now. Like I don't even know how I'm here. I'm just kind of here. Yeah.
Well, I was actually talking to Chelsea yesterday about like you know, you're talking about how you put out music and how your strategy hasn't.
Starbucks.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Just Okay. Well, Starbucks, please sponsor us.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Let me get my coffee.
Yeah. Your ambiguous brand coffee. We were talking about your like social media presence, and I think that your fans are super into you because they feel like you're their best friend, like you're their homegirl. You know what I mean? So, I mean, just looking at your comments, like on stuff that you post, and this is the thing again, like you'll have like a very deep, like heart-wrenching song, you know? And like, I mean, I've cried to a lot of your music, you know? Yeah, like, and in a good way. And you'll be promoting a very serious song, but you'll be like dancing, like doing like a do-si-do or something like that. And or just like a Nickelback meme, and you're promoting like this beautiful song, you know? But when you look at your comments, it's like your fans are like, this is the most Sarah thing ever, and
Like they know me.
yes, Sarah, like this is what we want, you know? And I think, to your credit, like you know, sometimes when you're really pushy with music promotion, like, yo, I'm dropping a track. This is the best track that has ever existed. You understand? Like, and that's not a shot at anybody, but you know, look, it's not a shot.
You sounded just like somebody.
It's just how it came out. And, you know, they hear that all day long, you know, and it's like, what is actually separating your music or even your art just in general, what you're putting out in the world? And I think that, like anybody could just, like, when they see your socials or anything about you, they're like brought into your world. How you are in person, if somebody met you after seeing your socials, they would be like, that's exactly what I expected to happen, you know, in a really good way.
That makes me feel really happy, because I think like throughout the years and stuff, it's like every once in a while, like I feel I would be like, oh, like I have to be a certain way, right? It's like when you're like, oh, I have to be, if I want to be an artist, then I have to like start being a certain way on social media and and all this stuff. And I think I just was like, my main goal in life is to be my most authentic self, like before God and before others. So I'm like, when it comes to Instagram, like, and TikTok or whatever, it's like, I just want to be my most authentic self. For one, because it's way more fun that way. And then two, because like, then I found that when I'm myself, that's where true connection actually comes. People can't connect to you if you're pretending to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
So like, Instagram can be such a wonderful, beautiful place, like when you're just being yourself, and then it allows other people to be themselves and it to be not so serious, you know, or like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I agree with you 100%. I think what you're discussing, what you're touching on is artistic integrity. Integrity meaning like, you're integrated, like with who you are as a person, as opposed to disintegrated. And yeah, I think that people can like tell when that authenticity is really there, and they can tell like when it's fake. And I think this is what I think personally as an artist, and advice that I give to other artists is like, as far as social media or any part of your artistic career, the stuff that you're putting out into the world, you should put stuff out that you would be proud of if it completely flops.
100%.
Because if you're trying to chase trends, and
sorry, just don't mind me.
You're good. If you're trying to chase trends, and so you kind of tailor your art to that, or even your promotion to that, and then it flops, which it probably will at some point, because the algorithms are algorithms, like they're not connected to your art, you know, then you feel really low. You know, you feel really like, man, I tried to do all the things. I don't even really believe in it. You feel drained. I don't even believe in this. And now it flopped. The best case scenario, you do everything right. You do all the industry norms, whatever. You chase the trends, and it does go viral, or it does pop off, and you still have an element of feeling drained because it's not actually who you are. And now people just want you for that thing that you're not even connected to. On the flip side, if you make something that you're proud of, if nobody clicks like on it, then when you see it, you're like, I'm proud of that. You have a sense of fulfillment. You feel like you have added to the purpose that God has given you. And if it does go up, then there's no downside to it. There's none of that drain feeling or anything. You're just like, wow, like it's a feeling of connection. Wow, people really connect with this thing that I'm actually connected to. So all that to say, I feel like for you, that type of artistic integrity is very high. I think that shows throughout your social media and of course your music, you know?
No, it's truly the biggest compliment. I'm a big believer in, exactly like, why am I making music? I personally, it's like, I'm not making music for any other reason than like, it's just what God has made me to do. If I don't do it, like, something's wrong.
Right.
I make it because I have to. Like, I'm not making music for any reason. I don't make music like for people to listen to. I don't make, like, that's not my main goal. My main priority is like, I make music because it's the way God designed me.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer that I do it, the more I have come to connect, like, the more I've come to know that it's like God has something he wants to say and I'm the channel that he gets to use to say it. So all I'm doing is being what he's made me to be. And so exactly like, if I try to make it something more than that, it's like, it's just not, it just doesn't, I don't know, it loses the value in a way or whatever. Yeah. I don't understand people who are just making music to do it or like to, I don't even know, I don't know how you do that, but
yeah. And I mean, you know, it is a tough concept when you kind of, you know, you believe you were created as an artist, kind of like, you know, a bird. Why does a bird sing? Because it was created to do that, right? That type of, like, it's beautiful. And it does get tough when you want to make a living off of your art, you know, because art takes time to make. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and a lot of attention. And at some point you get to a threshold where I'm not going to be able to continue making great art or making more of this great art if I'm still working a 9-to-5, or I'm still giving all of my time to how I make money. So is there a way I can make money while I make this art? And that's when it gets tough. The artistic integrity question, I feel like it's tougher.
Oh, trust. I currently still work my 9-to-5 and I hate it. And
we're trying to get you out of it.
I'm trying. No, like, actually, I don't know if I told you this. Because I didn't really tell many people, but I officially decided, I was like, no, like, I need to quit my 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you did tell me that.
Boss, not yet. I did tell you that.
You get fired after this podcast.
I hate my 9-to-5.
We can make that happen right now. Like,
but
we're getting a call. We're getting a call in right now. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, Sarah, I regret to inform you, you are terminated.
Is that what your boss sounds like?
Yeah, he's like from the like mid-Atlantic 1930s.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's really like from that era.
Yeah,
like,
he's
super.
120 years old. Okay. Yeah.
Old school. Anyways, no, but it's so true though, because actually even when I first moved to California, I didn't have a job for a couple months because I felt like God told me like, I'm going to provide for you. And he totally did. But there was definitely moments where I was like, I need that money to survive.
Right.
So I'm like, I will just go and do this song that like I hate and don't care about. Right. But it's like, so I had to learn like, wait, like there is a lot of stuff where you're like, how do I survive?
Yeah.
But not compromise. It can definitely be difficult. So I'm not even technically there. I'm still working my 9-to-5 and doing this.
Yeah.
Crying in between. Right. You know? I was
posting about crying.
Posting about crying. Yeah. I was working at the rehearsal.
At the rehearsal.
Today.
Yeah, I know. You had the laptop out going crazy.
I had my laptop literally like, it's like, I literally have to like be answering emails right now and like, but it's definitely hard. That's why I've hesitated for so long to do it full time or like to even think about doing it full time is for that reason alone. How do you not, so you would know more than me.
Yeah.
You would know more than
Well,
me.
I mean, I think that exactly where you are though is where a lot of artists are like trying to make that decision, you know. And you had told me that you were making that decision because when I called you for this show, you were like, this feels like confirmation of what I'm working towards.
Yes. And that's right. You texted me even randomly about like my Instagram content.
Yeah.
And I had just like been like, I'm going to be more intentional.
Yeah.
And you texted me and I was like, that is so crazy. Cause like you know what I mean? Like, how would you know that I'm trying to like,
well, I'm a real fan of your music. Like I said, I listen to your music. Like I feel, your music helps me feel a connection to God. Or it helps me tap into the awareness and attunement that God is with me and is connected to me. And so, yeah, I follow you on everything, and I know how you post. Like, I know that it's usually a dance, you know what I mean? It's something related to Beyonce. It's, you know, something funny. And so I noticed that you were actually posting some content promoting your songs in a more traditional way, like actually playing your music and the
lyrics and having a visual
and the visual matches, right? Which is right. But it didn't betray like who you are as an artist. It was still you, like completely, like from the static artwork to the video or whatever. And so, yeah, I like commended you on that. Cause I was like, this is because you do have to, if you want it to be art as commerce, you do have to start being intentional with promotion. Sure. But there's a way to do it where you're just like, I don't care. I'm just trying to pop off, versus even in the way that I promote this, I want people to have a connection with the message.
That's what I'm learning is like, I don't have to not be myself. I just find a way that feels like me. And there's still like that. There is still a way that feels just like me. Like I loved those videos and I loved making it and I loved putting it out. And it was like, oh, like I'm just finding the way in which I like to do it. I don't have to like follow somebody else's way that I don't connect with.
Right. And again, that goes back to putting stuff out that even if nobody likes it, you would be proud of. And so 100%. when you're going out on a limb and you're somebody who maybe, you know, and this is probably for some artists who feel the same way, like you don't really like the idea of promoting art. You feel like it takes away from it. It's like, well, use your creativity, the same creativity that you use to make your music, to think of a way to connect with the viewer in the way that your music connects with them, and then use that as your promotion. You don't have to do the renegade. You know what I mean? I will
though. Yeah. But I don't necessarily, I don't have to only do the renegade. Yeah, I can do the renegade and.
Yeah. I realized that wasn't the best example because that is something that you would do.
No, and I will. And you know what? Now that you say that, I will.
But even you doing it is like, it's different. It's not, you're not being serious. Yeah. You're fully committed.
You don't think I'm being serious?
Nope. You're committed to the bit. There's just between fully committed to the bit and being serious about, I need these people to see me do the renegade now. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so the renegade thing was more for me. I don't want to dance on cam. You know what I mean?
I think we should though.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't like that.
I think we should.
You got it. Oh, I thought I was gonna let you go, but. That's a clip. You know that's a clip, right? You did that.
I'm so embarrassing.
You know what we can do? We can clip it.
And
No. Here it is. You ready? I'm like metagaming right now. Okay. That was for everybody who plays D&D and is a Christian, which is like 15 people in the world, including me. But yeah. So what we can do is we'll clip that of you doing that dance and put "I changed a lot" behind it. Like that's what we need. Your song, I changed a lot.
100%.
Like the clip starts with you like, oh, and we're gonna dance, and then going back down, and then getting up, and it's just I changed a lot. Just
that's so good, and it's so me.
Yeah,
that's so me, and that's so. What's this podcast called?
Creative Control.
That's so Creative Control.
Yeah, we'll just cut out the part where you
Where
didn't,
I asked
where you didn't
what it's
know
called.
what it was called.
Because I totally know what it's called. It's called Creative Control Podcast by No Big Deal.
with Dill.
Dill.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep.
Right. Because it's not good for our brand for you not to.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's Creative Control with Dill.
Yeah. Yeah. It seemed like you were
Just
still
cut
a
all
little
that out.
confused about it, but
I'm sorry.
yeah, creative control with Dill. So yeah, we can clip that. And then people who people who see this podcast will see that piece of content and they'll be so happy in their heart. You know, they'll
so
be like,
true.
I
Be
know
like,
what that
who
was
is
from.
she? She's wonderful. She's gorgeous. She's amazing. I love her.
I was saying that they'd like really like Creative Control podcast, but
Oh, sorry.
we
They
can
will
go with
also
that.
love Creative Control Podcast.
That's all right.
100%.
It's okay. We can.
Sorry, this isn't about me.
It's all right. We have
I'm sorry. I didn't know this was
we have other guests. So, all right. But no. Speaking of,
But I'm like a really important one and one of the first.
Yeah, you are the second guest.
Number 2. And the first one was your blood family. So we had to.
I didn't have to.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's like not as cool.
Okay, so my 2-time Grammy-winning band leader uncle, who knows Wyclef
Okay.
Jean.
All right. Let me put it this way.
No, you're just saying you're just cooler than him no matter what.
Nope. Let me just say it like this.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm your first non-blood relative on the podcast, which is like pretty. I feel like that's like a lot. That's saying a lot.
That's true.
Like, in short, did it just happen to work out that I'm here in Nashville when you wanted to do it? Yeah, but like also
I mean,
I
it didn't
think,
just work out. Like you're performing at
oh
my
yeah,
show
like you
on
did ask me to
Saturday.
come perform at your
Right,
show.
right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot we're doing that.
Right.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so I'm important. So anyways, go on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, actually, I do want to talk to you about I've Changed a Lot,
Okay.
the song, which I love. And one thing that I really love about that song, like I said, I actually listen to your music and a lot of it is very like worshipful. I mean, you touch on a lot of different subjects, but the cool thing about I Changed a Lot is, this is going to sound weird at first, but it kind of hits me like the book of Ruth, which is, it's not on the nose. Like here is a song about God or here. And Ruth is really like that, which I love about Ruth. Like, it almost doesn't mention God at all, but it's completely about God, right? So your song I've Changed a Lot. I found some of your like most poetic lyricism on, and that's like one of the things I appreciate about it. And you have this one line, oh, what a beautiful thing to grow into a field of unknown. Can you break that lyric down for us?
This is so fun. Yeah, it was so funny. I wrote that song. I was just thinking about the year, and like the past like 3 months of last year were just insane. I was so busy, but like also going through so much, and it was truly one of the first times in my life where I was like, I'm going to choose to do something that I've never done before. Like stupid stuff. Like I went on a date for like the first time.
Very
like,
dumb, stupid.
Yeah, like so stupid and dumb, but like stuff like that of like just things that like I've never done or like.
Wait, did you say for the first time?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, this is
I've
not
never been
that
on
podcast,
but no, it's like I never like been on a date with a stranger. Like,
Oh,
and no
okay.
one really ever, like no one's really asked me on a date that I wanted to go on a date with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so anyways,
I know some people have asked you on a date, so that's interesting. But keep going.
who do you know?
No.
Somebody did write a song about me. Anyways, cut that out. Okay, anyways, just cut all that out. No, but like I just was really trying to push myself, and like I was learning so much and growing so much, you know, as the song says. But yeah, and then deciding that I was going to do music full time, like just like that evolution of being able to let myself dream is like huge for me, because my whole life I realized I've been living by the motto, don't expect and you won't get disappointed, which is a really great motto to live by, you know, because I was never disappointed.
Yeah.
But like also like I just never dreamed about anything.
Wow.
Because it was kind of like, if I don't dream, then like if it doesn't happen, then, you know, I'm fine.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
And partly also like, I'm like, God, I just want what you want for me, right? But so finally realizing, wait, God has instilled in me and put so many things and put gifts in me, and like he has so much for me, right? But I'm the one who's living in fear and being too afraid.
Wow.
So realizing that and deciding, you know what, I'm going to just step out, and I have no idea what that looks like. And I have no, and also like being able to, I'm a perfectionist, and like I'm like very hard on myself. So I feel like one of the biggest ways I've grown is like not being so hard on myself. And like, if I make a mistake, like I'm not an awful person, like I just made a mistake, and actually it's a learning experience and not something to just shut me down and like make me feel bad about myself for years.
Right.
You know, which like, you know, it happened. So like being like, okay, God, like when it comes to dating, okay, that's like just for me, you know, you guys are all married, whatever, but like I'm over here single. So I'm like, you know, it's like, it's hard. Like, I don't know what that looks like. Right. And there's no plan per se. Right. So it's like, God, like I want to honor you, but I don't know what it's necessarily supposed to look like. So instead of just being paralyzed by fear and not doing anything, I'm actually just going to take a step forward.
Wow. Yeah.
And like, if I do the wrong thing, you'll let me know.
Right.
And I can, okay, let me shift. So now like thinking that in music, right? I have no idea what it's going to look like and how I'm going to get there. But I know that God, you have a path for me. But like, so I just like, it's still hard for me, but it's like, how do I just try? And how do I just put my best foot forward? And like, instead of being like, I don't want to do the wrong thing, God, like, what if I do the wrong thing? It's like, no, like just take a step, and God will let me know if he doesn't want me to take that step. Like, but he can't move me if I'm not moving forward. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing, if I'm just sitting here and doing nothing, nothing's going to happen. Yeah. So yeah. So, okay. Sorry. So all that to say, what a beautiful thing it is to grow into a field of unknown. It's like, what a beautiful thing it is that we get to grow into something that is not known by us. Yeah. Like is unknown. Right. But like truly, like I'm not afraid of what's above me, right? I can't see what I'm going to grow into, but I'm not going to be afraid to let myself grow into that, because I know that like everything's going to be okay. Yeah. And if I make mistakes, it's okay. Mistakes are actually going to help me to get to where I need to be instead of setting me back. Right. So that's kind of, does that make sense?
It does. Cause I mean, the imagery that I get from like, to grow into a field of unknown is like one flower or one plant, like growing, but because of it, like the plant propagating, then eventually over time, it's a whole field. So it's like when you take when you're brave and you take the first step to, I'm going to put something out, or I'm going to go on a date, or I'm going to whatever, that's like the first flower coming up. And you don't know, but over time it's going to be a whole field. Exactly. Yeah. And exactly. That's like the unknown.
That's exactly the picture I had in my head too, is like me singular coming up into something that's like, I don't know, but exactly. But eventually it's like, I'm going to be a part of it, and it's all going to be growing and thriving and whatever.
Yeah. It really is a great lyric. Like I was listening and I was like ready for my like regular Sarah stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, this is like a little different. Yeah.
Like, oh, this is actually good. I actually kind of like this.
No. It was just
but it was different. No, it's funny because even I was like, I don't know, slightly nervous, because I even knew, I was like, when I wrote it, I was like, this is like really different than what I usually would write. Yeah. But it came so fast. Like I wrote it in like 10 minutes that I knew, I was like, when that happens, it's like, I know there's something special. Like I know something was flowing. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then you know what's so crazy?
What's that?
I need to say this.
Yes.
Okay, let's also bring in some testimony. Hey, amen.
Oh, we need the band back.
Hey. I'm like, come on. Yeah. Nobody's here. Anyways. Can you like put that in, like put something in, put like an organ in or something?
Yeah, we'll put something in.
Hey.
That actually, yes. Yeah, we'll put something in.
But I got a word from God in October, okay? That he had so much more for me. And then there's some other things in there. Was like, meh. I'm just like, I totally forgot about it. Was like, I'm just going to go and try to like grab onto things myself and what I think I need right now. I'm not going to wait on you kind of thing. Totally just like disregarded what he told me. And then right around Christmas, his word came back in my mind and I couldn't shake it for the life of me. I have so much more for you. I have so much more for you. Wait on me for the things I want to give you. So I was like, all right, I got to do it. I got to wait on you. I can't like go and try to like figure it out on my own. So like maybe 3 days later, I wrote that song. I've changed a lot. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it out. I feel like, God, you gave me this song. I'm not going to like wait the 6 weeks, try to get playlisted, I was like, I'm just going to put it out. So I just put it out like with like 5 days, you know, to like, so that it could, you know, get on all the platforms.
Yeah.
Gets on New Music Friday.
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Again, when I told you, and not to be like crazy, but like when I don't try, bro, like things just happen.
No, it is.
Like,
Sometimes it is like
one
that.
time someone literally told me, they're like, Sarah, I don't like you because like you do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, you're blessed. I was like, sorry, the hand of the Lord's on me.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, isn't that so crazy? But it just reminded me about, I'm like, when I obey God, when I obey him, he is going to bring about his promises. But I have to obey him first. Not because I want his promises, because I want him. Yeah. But anywho, so that's a little testimony. Yeah. And that was that song.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's, I mean.
Like, what am I doing on New Music Friday? Come on.
Yeah.
Go on.
I noticed that too. Like, I was like, okay.
Huh?
Like, yeah. It was
Dude,
fire.
I saw it. I was like, what?
I honestly think though, I think most of this is about human connection. Like, you know, I talk to Chelsea about it all the time, but we were talking about it the other night. Everybody has these best practices for the music industry, and we need it 3 months ahead of time if you want sync. We need it a month ahead of time if you want to get these playlists, and everybody is saying these things, but I still personally believe that it is mostly about the song connecting with people. Yep. And yeah, it might be a ratchet song, but that doesn't mean it didn't connect to people.
100%.
Sometimes people write off super ratchet songs like, well, that was, you know, the label did that, or, you know, whatever.
Ski is like hits me right here.
It's like, I mean, hey.
Like when you see me say what's up, Ski, whoa.
I'm letting you know right now, I can't go there with you, but I support you.
I'm sorry. Okay,
you know?
go.
No. I don't mean like the platform. I'm saying me specifically.
You're not even the part.
I don't listen to that.
Oh.
So whatever you do is what you do. I listen to things that are not Christian. A lot of things that are not Christian. I don't listen to that specifically, which that makes it even worse because I'm like, I'm not even saying that I don't listen to
I just don't listen
Christian
to
music.
trash.
I don't listen to that specifically. You know, I'm just letting
Sorry,
you know.
go on.
Yeah. But I think that human connection is still like the key. Like even in those songs,
it's so true.
People feel connected to it. So I think that, again, if you're putting stuff out there that you love, that you feel connected to, people are going to be able to respond to that authenticity, and that's when the stuff starts to happen. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't. Like, the thing about playlisting is nobody's actually like living off of playlists. Like, that's going to sound crazy to some people, but this is true. And I'll tell you why it's true, because right now I get playlisted a lot, like more than I have in my career. New Music Friday, like alternative hip hop, mellow bars, like all this stuff, right? When I look at my analytics, the vast majority of my streams comes from people's user playlists and libraries. So people who have connected with my music, they've made their own, not the editorial ones. They've made their own playlists, or they're coming to my page and they are listening to it.
100%. Exactly. Like in the long term, exactly. Like it doesn't mean anything long term. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so true. Yeah.
And then the artists that like, they're actually on enough of the big playlists to where, okay, that is generating some serious money. They're number one on all of these things. they're signed. So the people who are making the money off of it is still not the artist.
Exactly.
So there's not a way for an artist to really make a living off of playlists. Labels make livings off playlists. Artists don't. So I just
100%.
that was a little. That's a little tangent.
That's a little bit of tangent right there. Is like, bro, like chill about needing to get playlisted, but like playlist me Spotify.
So they're giving us the 10 minutes. Wow, this is flown by. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, so
I'm doing pretty good because I have ADHD and I feel like I'm really tracking. I go off a little bit, but I feel like I'm pretty much here.
We're here now. So have you been diagnosed with ADHD?
Not medically,
Right.
but medically, I know I am.
Right, but you haven't been diagnosed.
Actually, wait, no, I have. By a psychiatrist.
Okay.
I forgot. See, but that's because I have a disease.
Was that a bit?
No, but that's my disease. See, you just saw it. I literally forgot that I literally talked to. Yes, I do. And I tried to take medicine for it low key because I was like, I can't function.
Uh-huh.
And I took it and I felt so sick. I was like, never again. I was like, I'm just going to suffer.
Okay.
So I try to like, but I have my little tips and tricks to keep me on track.
Oh, what are those?
You know, just like fidgeting if I like, you know, to pay attention.
Yeah.
Mostly it's like, just like, I like set alarms, you know? Like I have to set an alarm for just about everything if I want to remember to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have self-diagnosed myself with ADHD, which is why I was trying to test out a theory with you, which is that maybe creatives who think they have ADHD, they don't go the medical route, but they just say with authority that they have ADHD.
No, I 100% know, like,
I know you guys do that.
But here's the thing though, is like, it was damaging relationships because like, with like Logan specifically, because we live together, and like she'd be like, can you go like help me do this? I'd be like, yeah, for sure. And then I just completely forget about it, and she'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
and I'm like, and I'll be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, just 5 minutes ago I asked you to help me with this. And I was like, oh,
right. Yeah, I have it for sure.
Anyways, okay,
I have it. Okay, so speaking of like humor, we've talked about like humor a lot and how it's kind of like there's like no humor in your music, but there's like all humor in your. So
yes.
Do you think that humor has a spiritual aspect to it?
I mean, okay, so that's a great question. Here's the thing: is that I feel like everything is connected, right? You know, no part of me is disconnected from God because God lives in me.
Right.
And God lives all around, right? So, but humor is, I'm a big believer in that nothing is that serious except the things that are serious. So like, I take the truth of who God is very seriously, right? I take God very seriously, but also like, in certain truths, right, or certain things very serious. But the things that aren't those, I just don't think they need to be that serious. And I think humor is just like, I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think you touched on it earlier with like, you know, laughter being medicine and bringing health to the bones in the scripture. Like, I mean, he didn't have to put that in there. Also, he didn't have to, I mean, man, how common of a human experience is laughter and telling jokes.
So true.
I mean,
and it's connection. When you laugh with people, you connect with them, you know, like if you, whatever, it's so great. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine like any situation where, you know, in the Garden of Eden, like there wasn't laughter.
Right.
Like, it's like, that just came with like the fall. Like, no, you know what I mean? That doesn't even make sense. Like, but the reason I ask is I think people thinking of that as like a spiritual thing. I don't think that's typical. I think people like to keep their humor and their faith separate but here's and this is what happens with a lot of different things, right? It's like, humor is not really spiritual, so I keep it over here and then I keep my faith over here. And then that allows you to do the wrong stuff with your humor. You know what I mean? Because you're not considering, whereas if we taught like a robust like theology of like, no, humor like is spiritual. Like God loves laughter. He loves smiling. He has a sense of humor. He does stuff that's just funny. Like Jesus had
all the time.
Jesus had nicknames for disciples. Like
he did?
Like, yeah, like twin. Like he called Didymus in the Greek, like like, and I always think about that with like the Atlanta slang, like twin. I'm like, Jesus was like, yo, what's up, twin? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, twin or like James the Lesser and James the Greater, like, all right, that's little James and big James. That's little James and big James. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I just think that I think it's good for us to not separate good things in our life from the giver of those good things and from spirituality. You know?
100%. Like you said, though, like God brings joy to the bones. You know what I mean? Like God brings joy, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything. There's so many things I could talk about in there. Is like, yeah, I don't think any of yourself should be ever separated. Yeah. Like who I am is who I am. That's right. I don't have different parts of me. I am. All of me is who I am. Is integrate, yeah. Instead of a disintegrated person. Exactly. Yeah. Like, and I think that the closer that we all are to that, the better, because, you know, I don't know, it's just life, and yeah. Yeah. You just gotta ha every now and then, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or like a lot of then. Wow. A lot of then. A lot of. You have to ha a lot. Not every now and then, a lot Not of every then. Now and then, but like now and now.
So they've given me the wrap up, but guess what? I'm still doing the hot seat because it's my podcast. So here we go. All right. I'm about to ask you a bunch of rapid fire questions, and you have to answer the first thing on your mind.
Okay, I'm stressed. Right? Okay, go.
And we haven't decided what we're going to name this segment yet. Right now it's called Hot Seat. It might be called Control Room, so deal with it. What's the funniest prank you've ever pulled on someone or had pulled on you?
The funniest prank? Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, like, I'm like definitely, you know, all about the putting someone's hand in warm water and like seeing them pee.
So you've done that multiple times to people?
I've definitely tried. I don't know if it's ever worked.
You didn't check the results?
No.
But you put people's hands in water while they were sleeping? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the most absurd criticism you've ever received about your work, and how did you respond? Quick.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Okay, on SoundCloud. Sorry. Quick. On SoundCloud, one time this person said, you know, you have a really soulful voice, which is funny though, because usually people with soul have actually been through things.
Ooh.
So I responded with, you don't know me. Thank you though.
Thank you though. Yeah. Okay. It's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, whoa. Okay.
What's the weird?
Okay, stereotyping.
Yeah. What's the weirdest place you've found inspiration for your work? Weirdest place.
Weirdest place?
Yeah.
Like physical, tangible place?
I'm going physical, tangible place.
Oh my gosh, bro. See, the weirdest. I'm not good at answering fast. What's my weirdest place I've ever? Well, honestly, the word I heard from God was in the middle of a concert.
Oh, what concert was it?
King's Kaleidoscope, actually.
Oh, nice. Shout out Kings.
Really randomly. I'm sure there's really random places I've gotten inspiration. I just don't know.
Yeah. Hey, that works. All right. What's your favorite procrastination technique when you're avoiding a creative project? How do you procrastinate?
Cleaning.
Yeah.
And then like when I don't feel like cleaning anymore, like probably just like looking through like a basket in my room or something.
Wow, looking through a basket.
So it's like organizing. It's still in the cleaning
organizing.
realm.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, but organizing, cleaning, yeah.
Cleaning is like the gold standard of procrastination.
100%.
For creative, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I gotta just go and shine my bathroom right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, and why do you specifically have a problem with John Keith?
Here's the thing about John. I love him. He's my blood brother.
Right,
Like just about.
Yeah, but what's the problem?
But like the problem with him is like, I mean, where do I even start?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you have to start somewhere though. We need a specific problem that you have with John Keith.
My specific problem that I have with John Keith is that like, oh wait, but I want to say nice things about him. Wait, no, let me say bad. No,
okay.
Bad.
Yeah.
Things I have a problem
You're not
with
doing
him.
good at this one. Yeah.
Wait, okay, wait, let me think though. John, this isn't real, what I'm about to say. The problem that I have with John Keith is that like he is just so obnoxious.
Yes, that is real. You that one is real. That's your actual problem with John Keith.
He's just so obnoxious in public and doesn't care.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's the way that he'll like literally just scream in public.
Yeah.
And just not even bat an eye.
Yeah. He will. I think we'll just add a clip of him screaming in public.
Yeah.
Or we can add a clip from when we were in Vegas together and he was constantly embarrassing me, and that'll work.
Yeah, like he just does. When you're around him, you just have to like not. You just have to know people are going to be looking at you, and you just got to be okay with it.
Yeah, you got to embrace it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Sarah, thank you so much.
I love you, John. You know I do. Thank
you so much for being the second guest on Creative Control. I'm so excited to play this show with you on Saturday.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, this has been Creative Control episode 2. It's your boy, No Big Deal. You understand?